I love book, I love school, but I will slip off, trust me. Doesn't mean I'm not necessarily intelligent, or doesn't mean I'm not smart. 24 strokes of cane in front of the assembly ground. I can never forget that day. The only mathematics I know right now is money maths. I'm a pastor's child, so that we don't lose that human connection. With content creation, with being a YouTuber, with being an influencer, it comes with a great amount of vulnerability. If you're a nice person, know when to put your foot on the ground and say no. It doesn't make you a bad person. Okay, let's cut.
Sometimes visually, you can touch lives, you can explain things. I think people can connect. I think there's a lot of disconnect in the world, and I think the only way to make the world a smaller place and kind of reintroduce ourselves to each other, and so that we actually do understand that we're not very different, is through film.
Okay, wow, this is so cool. This is so comfortable. I'm really growing in my career, and I'm so proud of myself, to be honest. And I'm not going to cut out this part. I'm so proud of the fact that I don't let my circumstances, I don't let a lot of things bother me anymore. Like, I've grown so much to understand that process is called a process. When I would usually make my sit down like type of videos, I always want to be like, you know, making up and, you know, do like what the girlies normally do on the gram. But trust me, I'm most comfortable when I'm even on my natural face, when I'm like talking to the camera. Okay, so that's not today's content. Pardon me, I'm sitting down here because I need to be out of this door like 5 hours ago. I need to go and take off my braids. That's why I'm seated like this. All right, so hi guys, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. It's Bukola Danyaro here. Welcome back to very relaxed and more like get to know me, but not like me, the past me, if that makes sense. So I saw a post on Instagram, and the post said, tell me the dumbest thing you did as a child. And a lot of people just like reliving their childhood memories, you know, and saying different things. I'm like, oh, that's so cute. It just made me start remembering like the things I did as a child, you know, things I loved, the experiences that I enjoyed, and just things that, you know, made us children. Okay, personally, I still behave like a child to an extent, because I feel like one of the major hacks to doing adulthood is not lose your childishness. That's why you see me doing things like a child sometimes. Like you see me like giggling, and you know, I don't want to lose that part of me, because that part of me is still beautiful. The only way that I can do adulthood is to not lose that humble and innocent, and you know, that happy part of me. I don't know if this makes sense, you guys. Trust me, like when I'm trying not to be serious, when I'm not, you know, being serious, I'm telling you guys how to start a YouTube channel or how to edit, you know, or when I'm posting vlogs, I also feel the need to, like, you know, come on here and share like experiences that I think we can both relate to, if that makes sense, and say things as they really are, so that we don't lose that human connection. And I can't even lie, like I didn't want to like film this video until I saw that audio. Like I saw that it was a video, by the way. I just extracted the video, the audio, and I played it. Like the audio you heard, is it heard or heard or heard or whatever? You get the gist. I have so many experiences that cannot obviously fit into these videos, but these are some that I've written down that I'm ready to share. So the first one on my list is, okay, I've introduced the topic. Now, speaking about not losing my childishness and, you know, being a child and all that, I recently went to the market and I bought ice cream on the road, and the adult part of me was like, okay, Buki, just put the ice cream inside your bag, and when you get to me, lick the ice cream. The sun was really hot on that day, okay? Sun was so hot, and in the midst of trying to like be an adult, try to be classy, you know, you're not supposed to eat things on the road. I'm like, these are things that I enjoyed as a child, and I opened my ice cream and I licked it as I was walking on the market, and nothing happened. Like, it just softened the part of me. I felt so happy, I felt so joyous, and another part of me was like, yeah, YouTuber. Social media, what somebody sees on you, I'm like, duh. That was what I would do as a child, that I did when I'm like this, and I felt really good about it. Next up is, so I'm very good with money. Just so you guys know, I'm very good and conscious with money, and that started from a very young age. I grew up in the church, and if you guys know, the church is, transactions are going on in the church every day. Do you understand? It's just the normal truth. I'm a pastor's child. I always have people like giving me money, and just being a fine girl, they always dash me money, or being a child, they always dash me money. So I've always not like have money per se. Even if it's 10 naira, 20 naira, there's always money in my purse. And I realized that the money went by quickly as fast as it came, because let's say for instance somebody gives me 20 naira, then I'll just use the 20 naira to buy biscuits, and that's it. I'll be so sad that my money has finished. And at that young age, I just told myself that what is the way that I could, what is one of the ways that I could preserve my money? And the only way I could think of then was keeping some. I didn't even know it was called savings. Somebody who always dashing money in church, always. So I always had money. Okay, so let's say I remember vividly, I always write like, oh, savings for the day. I write money. That's how I came about knowing how to save. I don't think nobody taught me that. I learned that myself. So I'll write like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, for the month. And I'll write like 10 naira, 10 naira, 10 naira, 10 naira, like for the whole month, and I would save every time. I used to do that as a child. Like I would save money as a young girl. Like for me, like thinking about it now, that's really amazing, and being very diligent. Like that's something that I really admire. Like when I grew and became an adult, and I started working and earning money, it just naturally occurred to me not to spend everything. I need to save some for the rainy days, because there's always going to be rainy days. And I still always try to tell my people, the people that are around me that I love and care about, I'm like, oh, you guys need to save. You can't be spending money, and you can't be spending on your money because you're earning money. You need to save some. You need to save some. This was how I came about saving. Okay, so another experience that I cherish that I wrote is okay, speaking of 10 naira, I'm a very generous person. I'm a very like I should say this. I'm a generous person. Like my sister asked me a question, my younger sister, she said, what's the thing that she loves about, what's the thing that I love about her the most? And I said she's caring. That's the way we are raised. Like we are raised to like care for people, because we grew up in the church. Like that's how we were raised, like to care for people. When I see you, I just want to help you, whatever it is. Like I just want to relieve you of whatever stress you are going through. But now they use brain, they do them. Not be before again. Because some people want to take advantage of that. Speaking of advantage, so that's the way I am. Like I always want to like assist you and make you feel comfortable. So they used to give me 10 naira to school. Make I speak reading. They give me 10 naira to school every day for house. And because some people can see that I'm a nice person, they always want to take it. See, it's the case all the time. Trust me. And this is like, okay, let's cut. Quick advice. If you're a nice person, know when to put your foot on the ground and say no. It doesn't make you a bad person. I won't say more than that. If you're a nice person, you know that you're a generous person, that you know that you like to make people comfortable. People can see through you and know that, okay, anytime I ask this girl of anything, anytime I call this girl for anything, she's always coming through. And the ungrateful ones want to take advantage of that. So know when to say no. I can't do this thing right now, or I can't come through for you. Doesn't make you a bad person. Because half the time we always feel like if you don't help you feel some type of way. No, just know who and when to use your kindness for. I won't say more than that. So back to the gist. Speaking of kindness and 10 naira, there's this girl, I won't say her name. They give me 10 naira to school every day. I remember I would split my 10 naira into two every goddamn day I went to school, and I wasn't happy about it. I wasn't truly happy because the money was not enough. I wasn't born in the era of coins and all that, so it was either 5 naira or 10 naira. So imagine me splitting my 5 naira into two for somebody. Like, it didn't make sense. I didn't really like it, but I didn't know how to complain. Okay, so just like I said, know when to say no to some people. Okay, this one is actually very interesting. So I'm not to brag, I'm actually a bookworm by choice. If I want to, if I decide I'm going to sit for an exam and have straight A's in that exam, I'm going to have straight A's in that exam. These are primary school experiences, by the way. I was late on this particular day to school, and I just entered the class and everybody was up. Like, everybody was standing up. Like, what's going on? I was the last person to walk into the class. I think I was like primary 3 or 4. I can't really remember. And I was late. I was nervous, obviously. I imagine being late and nervous, knowing fully well that there's no how I'm going to escape cane today. I entered the classroom, and like I said, everybody was standing up. And the next thing my teacher said to me was, Buki, recite 2 times 9 or 2 times 10 or something like higher. I was shaky, and I recited everything. Like, I can't even recite it now. The only mathematics I know right now is money maths. Anything that's going to give me money, that's the only maths I know right now. That's why I had to join editing, color grade, and edit everything together. That's the only maths I understand right now. And I recited that 2 times. That 2 times now, 2 times two. I can't really remember, to be honest. And I recited it and I got it. And everybody was just clapping. Everybody was just clapping. Ah, Buki, ah. What turned out to be a very like uncomfortable classroom, like tension classroom, became light. Everybody was cheering and everybody was happy at the fact that I got it. The national released everybody and said everybody should sit down. That's how I saved you people's ass that day. Next stop. Next stop. I'm enjoying this so much. It's so cool. I don't mind sharing, to be honest. These are past experiences that I don't share. If I don't share it, I will die. Not like I'm dying now, but I'll just die and it's go like that. So let me leave it here, okay? I was always in the cultural department. You know, see, we as parents, we that are going to become parents, this is advice for like younger parents like me. I'm going to become a mom sooner or later. You are going to become a mother, a father sooner or later. I think it is because we know how our African parents treated us, especially parents that are book smart. My father was a book guru. I need to put it like that, okay? My father loved school. My father loved books a lot. I don't think I have read quarter of the amount of books my father has read in. I don't think quarter is even too far. Like, I don't think I've read half of quarter. I don't know if that makes sense. Being an artist, being an art person was not naturally welcome in our home. That made me suffer with school, like, because I like school, like I said, because I was almost like I was being forced to go to school. I like school, but that's not what I derive so much joy doing. Derive joy in being in the arts department, when I'm doing cultural dance. You know, I would always, when it's time for Igbo dance, Yoruba dance, choreography, I'm always there. I'm going to insert pictures so you can know I'm not lying. Well, that's one experience that I loved in school. Like when it was time for our, you know, close to the end of the term, and we need to do our parties. You know, I'll always be in the arts department, and I'll go home and lie to my dad, be like, why don't you go home and why don't you be in the debate department? I'm like, oh daddy, that's where they put me, because they say that's what I'm good at. I appreciated our headmistress and headmaster was, go to whatever department you are comfortable with or you're comfortable at. So I'll always just find myself, you know, going to art department. I did Hausa, I did mostly of Yoruba and Igbo, because my mom had rappers for them. I always did choreography. I never miss my choreography. I'm going to insert pictures. So like I said, we as new generational parents, let's try to motivate and, you know, guide our children in the paths that they feel good at. Because I mean, it's not everybody that is going to like sit in front of. There are some people that can die in front of the book. Don't get me wrong, I love book, I love school, but I will slip off, trust me. Doesn't mean I'm not necessarily intelligent, or doesn't mean I'm not smart. Like, that's why I love what I'm doing, like YouTube, so much. Because for the longest time I always struggled with what I loved to do, the things that gave me so much joy. And I'm sorry, school wasn't it. I'm really sorry to say, school wasn't it. Okay, so yeah, you get the point. I'm always on my stories. The next stuff is how I skipped school for a whole day and was given 24 strokes of cane in front of the assembly ground. I can never forget that day. So let me tell you what happened. I don't like cane because I have a, like, once they beat me, it's obvious on my skin, right? So on this particular day, I was so late to school. Let me be sure I'm recording. Hold on, sorry. So on this particular day, I was late to school, and I was with my younger sister. This is an experience I'm not proud of, but since we're in the mood, we're in the, you know, atmosphere of saying things we did as children, no while I'll share with you guys. So I was so late to school on this particular day, and I was also with my younger sister Lola. In fact, I even told her. She said she can't remember because she was that small. And I got close to school and I became extremely scared because I don't like cane. As in, I don't like cane at all. Like, I'm always so scared of cane. Do you understand? So I just stopped halfway. So there was an, should I say it? Doesn't matter. Let me say. So there's an uncompleted building in my school, right? Instead of me to go to the school and just chop my cane and enter class, right? That one don't go. I didn't go to school. I was maybe like, I wasn't more than 10. because I was still in primary school, maybe like 9 or 10. And we used to go to school most of the time by ourselves because our school was not so far from the house. So we just walk to school and walk back home from school, right? So there was an uncompleted building before my school. I just camped there. I said I don't go to school again. I can't deal with me and my younger sister. I don't know how stupid I was because I don't understand. My other siblings were already in school. They would obviously ask my siblings, why did Buki not come to school today? And they'll say, she was preparing to go to school from the house, and I don't know what happened though. And those ones will call my parents and they'll find out I'm not in school. I don't just think reach there at all at all. My mom will say, I know one chop came for the day. So what will I do? I still not completed building. When school closes, I'll go home like nothing happened. Let me take off my glasses so you guys can see my face. I'll go back home like nothing happened. Like, I don't know, like who does that? So when it was time for break period, we just go pay everybody go shouting Buki, like they now sent out people to go and look for me. Now shouting Buki. I was hearing their voices, so I did not move an inch. Do you know the funny part? I went back home. My father knew what happened because they had to in fact it was serious, actually serious. The principal of my school, as the principal, the headmistress, my head is not functioning right now, sorry. She had to come to my house to be sure that what's going on. A student is missing. 2 students, by the way, because with myself and my younger sister. My dad did not beat me. He knows that if he lays his hand on me, he's going to injure me. He did not beat me. He just he said that my headmistress, like the principal, should do whatever she wants to do to me. And I went to school the next day. That's how I became a time prefect, by the way. That was what made them give me time prefect. I got to school the next day. Everybody already knew what happened. The Buki didn't come to school. She just disappeared. She did not go to school. And so I reached school the next day. I can't remember who flogged me. But you know, I didn't make up I'm a very brutal babe. Like once I make up my mind, I make up my mind. And I made up my mind that I'm not going to embarrass myself. Like the situation is already embarrassing on its own. I'm not going to embarrass myself enough and cry in front of the crowd. No, I'm not going to do that. 24 strokes of cane, and I did not cry. And I chopped the cane, and I went back to my normal life. You guys, I don't know. It's not. Oh, so I love English. English was one of my favorite subjects in school. Most of the English I learned, by the way, is my father was a bookworm and he speaks really, really well. I think when I was in primary 5 or so, yeah, so it was my headmaster that was also our English teacher, right? Because he's a Ghanaian and he's good at English. So I remember like there's this thing I usually do in like class, like they will write out new words. It's called dictation. It's called dictation. Okay, when they write the words on the board, it would ask us to like learn the words, and after we're done, instead of him to clean off the words, right, it would just ask us to turn our back. Like there's how our chair and table are aligned. Like you can sit on your back and still write your words, like instead of him to clean up the words and writing them again. So I remember this particular day, my headmaster, asked us to learn the new words, and I think it's usually every Friday or so. And I was just playing around, like it was unconscious, to be honest. Like it wasn't like I was bragging or I was anything. Once I don't learn them, I don't learn them. Like I don't have to like stay at it for the rest of that. Once it's stuck to my brain, it's stuck to my brain. And I was just playing around, and I can't remember the person, to be honest. The person just said, Buki, won't you learn those words before because there's a time frame for you to like learn the words before we now turn our backs and write out our dictation. And somebody was just genuinely concerned that Buki, won't you learn these words too, so you can when it's time to write, you can like get everything right. When it's now time for the dictation, I would ace everything. And I just remember him saying that don't worry, leave Buki alone. No, she knows what she's doing. She has learned those words like that, and that's the truth. I had a dictionary, like a big dictionary. I would bring out words. I enjoy like searching for words and learning new words like every day, and also their synonyms. Okay, because it's one thing to know a word, and it's another thing for you to know that synonyms, like 3 synonyms from that particular word. So I always find myself like bringing out my dictionary, writing out new words, trying out new words. Maybe that's enough to like get what I mean. It all started from when I was really, really small. Like I said, I'm a bookworm by choice. That's by the way. The last but not the least, I've always so this experience now, I'm really serious. Like you guys know when I'm joking and when I'm not joking. Okay, now I'm being serious. So one of the experiences, or one of the things that I've always wished to become as a child is when I'm not in front of my father, like shouting, I want to become a this, maybe an accountant, so that I can be happy. I deeply wanted to become a TV girl because I loved the TV so much as a child. I always wonder how people always fit into the TV. Like how are they? How did they get inside that TV? These things are what burst my fantasy when I was a child. I always like wanted to be a TV girl. I remember when I always like watch the news and see newscasters speak with so much eloquence. I'm like, I want to be like them. I'm serious. At some point, I wanted to become a newscaster. Right? I badly wanted to become a newscaster because I just loved the way those women spoke with so much elegance. They spoke with so much pure poise. I remember as a child, I always sit down in front of the TV, and watch film. I love to watch film. Maybe now I'm not creating. I don't have the time, but I do enjoy watching film. But I don't really have the time to like sit in front of the TV and like I would rather be editing because I have stuff to edit. Okay, that's why when I wanted to start my YouTube channel, the closest thing to TV for me was YouTube. That's why I started my YouTube channel, and even with the ups and downs, the craziness and how tough the ways and the bump can be is always every time, because it's always rough. I still find myself enjoying it because this is something that I've always wanted to do as a child, and I'm just really happy that I'm where I am today, with all my crazy experiences. And yes, I don't want to say too much of this video. In the bit of trying to like mask ourselves and not try to be that person in front of the camera, like not be vulnerable in front of the camera, because with content creation, with being a YouTuber, with being an influencer, it comes with a great amount of vulnerability. So that's why I don't blame people at times when people try to like mask themselves and not try to like show who they truly are. So for me, like sharing these my experiences are experiences that I've lived by like how many years ago that they are gone. Like I remember when I was writing out, I wrote them on my phone, and when I was writing out like these experiences, I actually cried. I cried because I can never have these memories again. These memories are gone and are gone and gone for life. So if you're a young person watching this, probably like 16 downwards, 17 downwards, 18 downwards, you're still in your parents' house, you're still in secondary school, please enjoy that phase. Enjoy it as much as you can. Don't be in a hurry to like come out, and be an adult and want to be doing adult things. Relax, you'll still be an adult, okay? Adulthood is still going to adult you. Relax. Everything is a process. Relax and enjoy your childhoodness, your childlikeness, your childhood, everything. Enjoy the mommy and daddy, enjoy it. It doesn't last, to be honest. It doesn't ever last, right? Even when you like move out and get married and still have both parents alive, it's never like when you are young and when you are like with your siblings and when you're with your family and your mommy and daddy, you guys are having dinner, having breakfast, having lunch. Okay, so enjoy yourself, enjoy. Okay, don't be in a hurry to jump into life. All right, so this is the end of this video. I just wanted to like share my experiences. Nobody can tell my story as much as I will tell my story. Okay, and this is also a way of me reminding myself that no, I'm gonna cry. Please share with me, please, I'm begging. Share with me in the comment section things that you did as a child that you relished, you enjoyed so much. Let me know in the comment section, and I might still share more in the comment section, but if only you share, okay? Because I've given you guys enough of myself. All right, so until my next video, please stay safe. Have a wonderful day. Please follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok. The kind of videos I post on those platforms are quite different from the kind of videos that I post on YouTube. Follow me on TikTok, follow me on Instagram. And so yes, until my next video, please stay safe, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. All right, it's time to go and take off my hair. I'm so happy. There's something in the way I can't seem to win.